Good morning. How was your Thanksgiving break? I am back. Today is actually a busy week for us. We are testing in reading and math. So in Florida, we do 3 tests, which are called the FAST, Florida Assessment for Student Learning and Thinking, right? So we did the first one, and then now my instruction changes because at this point I find out where my kids are. And then I know to tailor my instruction to help them start achieving. So I guess they updated the Promethean board. And let me try to log in. I redid my slides over the break. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let me prop you up. So it is cold, like Miami cold. So it was 50 something degrees, 54. It's 54 degrees. It's 55 now. It's 54 degrees, and when I tell you it is cold for us, right? So I got my boots on. I'll show you in a little bit, but I got my boots on. My jeans still have rips in them. It's not that cold, but I have my boots on. I have my jacket. I have on a long sleeve shirt. The worst part is I can't cut the AC off. You know, for security reasons, I can't leave the door open to let some of the cold air out. They redid it. So we're gonna be cold. My nose is already running. It is so cold in here. My hands are dry. So it's going to be a lot of lotion, but I'm going to tell you what we're doing this week, and I'm going to also show you. I'm going to show you what my board looks like because I did record last week for 2 days, but I don't know, maybe I'll include it, if I do include it, depending, because I probably can't vlog tomorrow and Wednesday because we're testing, and I don't know how long it's going to take them. They have all day to test, and I want to give them all day to test. But I'm going to show you my teaching slides. I came early to make copies for some of the stuff. My goal is to wake up every day at 5:30. Eventually, I want to wake up at 5 o'clock. But I walk my dog because one of my dogs is old, so I have to carry him down the stairs, and that way I don't want to smell like dog, right? So I take a shower and stuff. But I'm going to show you my new slides. I tried to put them on Google Slides, and then I thought about what if one day we have no internet, I have no slides, and then my timers wouldn't play. But I'm going to turn you around before I go pick my kids up in 3 minutes. I have 3 minutes to do it, right? Because we're gonna be on time. So I have to change the date, turn you around so you can see my new slides and how I've been, if I posted it, I'm sorry. I don't know what I posted, but I'm going to show you how I start doing my, what we're learning board. I think it is foolproof. I love the way it turns out, and it is really geared to my students' learning styles, because now I've noticed that it's less is more, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. So give me a moment, okay? Okay, so these are my slides. I have to pick the helpers of the week. I have a whole new format, so let me present. So this is my good morning song. It'll play. Those are my own personal kids' name up there because I just used them as a placeholder. So today is the 2nd. And then I have my bell ringer, and look, the timer is actually going. And then this is the day we're doing topic 7. Then I included pictures of the bell ringer versus using a document camera. Then if they need homework help, I have this. And then this is the lesson that I am teaching. And this is the district slides. These are not my slides. Oh, they're replacing my Promethean board. So if you look, you see those tiny lines? That's not grid paper or anything or lined paper. It's something wrong with my board. So this is what I have. And then I go down to, let me show you. This is what I have for science. This is what I have for social studies. We have my intervention groups. It has my kids' names, so I can't show that one, my real kids. And then this one has what we're going to do for writing and what they need to check for. Then I have lunchtime. Then they have their do now, which we're doing synonyms. And then I have a copy of the task card that's already on their desk. And for reading, this is what This is what we do every single reading. I have to take out one of these books. And then it's our time to go slide. And then it just repeats every day. So isn't it so cute? So this is what we have. So let's change this date. This is going to be easy because today is the 2nd. So all I have to do is move this over. There we go. And I just have to align it to make it neat. Excuse my ashy hands. I already told you it is so cold. So this is the front of my room. I brought in the gingerbread house that fell down. We did not clean up before we left. I need to change this date. This is everything that I ran copies for. Remember, I use this. It has all my copies of my master copies. And this is everything I ran copies of. And I will show you before I teach it. Today in math, we are just rounding. So this is my backboard, right? So what I did, this is our current vocabulary. It is nothing extra. This is every single thing that we're going to do for this unit. These are the anchor charts. I have to change this. We're doing compare and contrast, text structure. We're doing theme, and we're doing synonyms. So this is old. I'm going to change this today but we're doing inquiry-based learning and reading, so they don't need this part yet. And then I go through the reading packet, the writing packet, and I take everything that we're learning. I know we're doing synonyms, but we're doing present tense, past tense, and idioms. That's what we're doing. And then that is the overview of my room. I have put all my kids spacing forward. I also I got 2 big bins on the side. I was telling my husband, I was like, oh, I need bins, and to hold all my manipulatives. And I put those for all my base 10 blocks because we were using these heavily. And then I put them in Ziploc bags, and that keeps the kids from fussing over manipulatives. I also cover all my multiplication facts. This one's falling down. I'm going to fix it. I covered them because I do fluency every day. We do a fluency drill every day because I need them to master the multiplication facts. And then this is over here. I need to return those books to the library. And I don't even know what's in that pink bin. And this one has headphones. I printed the labels. I hid them for myself. I have no idea where they are. And I need to change this to fiction. And then I'll show you how I'm doing my homework from now on too. So this is my homework. I create this in PowerPoint. And then I have the story that they're going to read. And then I have comprehension questions. This is the anchor charts that I create, and I want them to do this fiction graphic organizer based on the story that's in here. I also put the math lesson that we're going to do, the skills that we're working on for the week, and then I also have the spelling words, and on the bottom I let parents know that they have a reading and spelling test always on this date. I'm going to go pick my kids up, and then we're going to start in math. I'll tell you exactly what we're doing. Hold on, because I forgot already. So in math, I am rounding. This is a 2-day lesson. So they're going to I'm breaking it up today we're going to round to the nearest 10. Tomorrow we're going to round to the nearest 100. And that way it's easier for them. They're going to have their base 10 blocks and everything in order to round so they can understand how it is to do place value. I also we were comparing numbers. So to help them with rounding, I give them a hundreds chart. And then another one, what is it, y'all? When we were comparing numbers, I gave them this chart, and they're in dry erase sleeves. And I also use these for multiplication fluency. So all I do is set a timer for 3 minutes, and they're going to answer as many questions as they can. Our goal is to get as many as we can. So every day, oh, I got 3 right this time. On Wednesday, oh, I got 12 right. So our job is to compete with ourselves. So I'm going to pick my kids up. I'll check in with you later. Hey, my kids are at music. So I wanted to show you what I taught today and this Cinderella story thing that my coworker made. Well, she didn't make it. My kids are having a hard time grasping rounding. And when I don't know how to teach something, I get I'm looking for this thing so I can show it to you. Hold on. Okay. I get my math coach to come in to model for me because granted, I am a veteran teacher, but remember, every child doesn't learn the same, and all the strategies that I did, they wasn't getting it, and she came to model. I called like, hey, can you do that Cinderella thing? Because I don't know how to do it. So she did. She is amazing in the way she tells the story, but I'm going to flip you around so you can see. So all she did is, it looks like this, and then she tells the story about Cinderella. I can show you if you want me to model it for you, how to do it. So all I did was took her little doodles that she did on the board, and I made this mini anchor chart for my kids. All I did was take it to make it easier for them, and they seem to be getting rounding. And that's what we did. We are also doing, let me turn you around so you can see. Okay, remember I told you that my kids have a lunch slide. So they have a lunch slide when it's time to go to lunch. So when they come in, they have a seat. I switched to the do now slide, and the timer automatically starts, and we are doing synonyms. That was their do now, and it was also a paper on theme. So what I did was teach them. Right now we're doing test taking strategies because they are struggling, and before I was helping them and I was dissecting the questions for them. Now I'm not doing that. I have to let go, and they're on their own. So the do now, which is still helping them, but with a different text. So every day they get a task card, and all I did was take the task cards, because normally it's 4 to a page. I snipped it and I put 1 in my slide, and it's 1 through 14 because it's 14 days until they test. And then all I do is I dissect the question for them. So then I tell them that we're doing word matching, which means we're going to take all our answer choices and we're going to plug it in to where it says accused. So I make sure they understood that we were looking for a synonym, and a synonym means the same as another word, and then we're just switching it out. So then I asked them if they knew what the word criticize was, and they said no, and I told them that criticize is the same thing as critique, and that means to judge. This is the paper we did with theme, and then they did also the life cycle of a butterfly, and that was for the reading. So they did the life cycle of a butterfly. This is just because I needed something on the other page. They're going to do the stages and talk about them, and then they're going to write a fictional story about a caterpillar, how a caterpillar became a butterfly, and that's what they're doing for there. But I'm going to show you how I taught them how to annotate on the text. So this is mine, and all they did was copy and mimic. I showed them how to annotate on the text and what I expect for them, because remember, I'm letting go, but I can't let go completely. I have to model it for 14 days, 13 days, and on the 14th day, they're going to test. So I showed them what annotating, they asked me what was annotating was, and I explained what annotating was. Basically, you're writing all over the text to write down information. And then we started reading this story, but then we had an emergency drill. So we stopped doing that, and that's when they did the caterpillar activity. This is the aftermath of me changing anchor charts. I'm going to put all that stuff away. That's the thing I just went through. So we go to the back of the room. This is the grammar that they're doing for the next 14 days since we're going on a holiday break. We have an extra 4 days. Normally, each unit is 10 days. So we're talking about synonyms. So we're doing synonyms, compare and contrast, and characters, perspective, and theme. I didn't put those on the backboard. Let me tell you why. So this is walking around the room. This is my mess. So I didn't put this because we talk about characters, perspective up here. We also talk about themes, traits, motivation, development, and actions. I don't have to put those anchor charts because it's like mini anchor charts combined into one, and this is the same thing that is part of their homework. I figure the more exposure they have to text and test-taking strategies is going to better prepare them for when they take they changed our test dates. So instead of testing on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're now testing on Thursday and Friday. So I got a couple more days to try to teach them all that I can. I am going to do a computer-based, because remember our test is computer-based. So on Wednesday, I am going to put text on, I'm gonna assign something to them in Schoology, and I'm going to show that I want them to annotate in Schoology how they would on, say, the FAST test on Thursday. But that is it. I am going to go ahead and clean up my room. I have 30 more minutes before I have to pick them up for dismissal, but I will check in with you tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today's gonna be a great day. How was your evening? I've been doing good. I set my slides up before I left. Oh, let me show you what my room looks like. I have a lot of things that I need to get done as far as around my room. And I want to turn you around so you can see, but I did start putting my kids' bell ringers on their desk. So instead of me saying, take out your bell ringer, take out your bell ringer, I was like, oh, maybe if I put them on their desk before I start, before they come in, they see it, you know you have to do it. And then I'm going to start having them put a sharpened pencil in their desk. That's going to be part of our end of the day routine. I'm gonna have them put a sharpened pencil inside their desk. So when they come in, they already have a desk. They already have a pencil and their bell ringer ready. The reason why I can't do it before, because I have tutoring in my room I can do it, I guess, on Fridays, but I want it to be consistent. So I am going to start that starting today. We test on Thursday and Friday. So I'm excited because I get to see their growth and to see what I need to do to get them to where they need to be. So I'm excited about that. I have changed out the anchor charts and put up the new vocabulary. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see that. I forgot the candy that I need for my advent calendar. So I'm going to go during my lunch break. And then we have 14 days for school. I'm just gonna do 17 days because I have 17 kids, and then certain days it's gonna be 2 kids a day. So that way until we get to day 17, and then 25, because I wanna play on 25, which will be the 19th, I'll put in because it's a big circle, a big square, and I'll put in a class gift. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to turn you around so you can see. I need to clean my carpets. The next teacher planning day I have is on the 19th, and I opt out, so I'm not even coming. But I'm going to turn you around to show you all the stuff that I need to clean. I did realize that my tutoring kids can help me. So they have been filing papers, and she said she wanted Skittles. So I'm paying her with Skittles. So she's in the 5th grade. So she files for me. Let me tell you what we're doing. Oh, and I have to take copies down. I changed my drawers. Let me show you all my junk and everything. So hold on a moment. I have a tendency of showing you guys stuff and I don't even be recording. So I changed my drawers. Instead of me having the subjects, they now have the days of the week. I got these labels. I didn't do anything to them. I got them from Pocket Full of Primary on Teachers Pay Teachers. My math coach got me these for my students. I just have to label them with numbers so she can use them. And they're basically, let me see if I have one that's open. This one is open. These are multiplication. It's like a multiplication game that they can play. They have a whole video on it. I need to watch the video so I can show my kids what to do. So I have those. I needed some index cards because I had them writing their spelling words. I need to put all these things back. That's my lunch bag. This is my desk. This is stuff I brought in my bag and my jacket because, you know, it's Miami cold. It's 56 degrees today. This is my back table full of crap. These are Christmas lights. These are packets of homework that I had to collect. And that is, I need to put up that science vocabulary back here. I have like little stuff. Look at my plant. Aren't you proud of it? I have a wax warmer and it has been burning. This is the candle that we're burning. This has been on since yesterday. I need to cut it off. But look at my plant. I don't know if I should be concerned about this little piece right here, but I think it's just supposed to look like it. But this is the only thing I've ever kept alive. But look, it got naturally. Hold on, let me put where it's supposed to be. Look at it. It got hang time. Ooh. I have to pick my kids up in 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, pull up the attendance. And how I do attendance is everybody has a assigned seat. And if I see no one is sitting next to the bell ringer, I know that that kid is absent. So I need to find the labels for my bins. I don't know where I put them. I need to change out my Reader's Gonna Learn sign because when I was cleaning up yesterday, I found all of them. So then I'm like, oh, I need to cut them. So I'm going to cut them. Oh, today in math, we are finishing rounding. We rounded to the nearest 10. Now we're rounding to the nearest 100. In reading, I'll show you the do now. In reading, we're starting a new story. It is a folktale, and it's called A Nasi Learns the Lesson. Oh, this is my favorite unit. When I tell you I'm gonna show you the story because I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to show you the story. And then the story that they have about Martina, the beautiful cockroach. Oh my God, it's my favorite. This is my favorite unit. And I'm so excited to teach it. I want to make it so much fun, so engaging. This is my favorite unit. This and area are my favorite two things to teach for math. Well, when we get to fraction on the number line, that's my jam. But I want to go ahead and pick my kids up now. In 9 minutes, I'll talk to you guys later. Good morning. Today is intervention day. Intervention day is for math, but I'm also doing it for reading, which is, I do DI for reading every day. Well, I'm supposed to do it every day, but I try to do DI for reading every day. But for math, we have an intervention day. So instead of me having a vocabulary day, I teach a vocabulary and a lesson that day, and that way I have one extra day in pacing in order to teach intervention. So what I do for intervention is, if we took a test, and say for instance, we are on topic 7. Yes, we're on topic 7. And then I take the standards from topic 6, the lowest standards from topic 6, and I go ahead and I do an intervention day. So instead of me doing math that day, because remember now I have an extra day, I remediate the lowest standard from topic 6, and I do it in groups of red, which means they failed the standard, and yellow means they were close to passing the standard, and green, they passed the standard. So green is normally an enrichment of the standard. Red and yellow is really, really remediating the standard. So they have 3 rotations. The first rotation, say if you are in one group. So they see me first, which is teacher led. They do an independent practice, and they do technology, and I assigned a lesson. So right now I'm going to show you how I run my copies and how I do everything, but I still need to clean off this back table before I start. I have to pick my kids up in 11 minutes, and I have to put my slides up because my kids are trained. I don't want to say trained like they're a dog, but my kids know the routine and procedures for groups. So what happens is I have a PowerPoint slide. As soon as it comes up, it has every kid in the group. They don't know what group they're in until today. So they won't know, but today I start also as reverse day. I start with reading first because it's Wednesdays, and Wednesday is also our short day. We have a faculty meeting as well. So that's what we're doing today as far as me. My kids do have PE today for 30 minutes. I'll let you know soon about if I'm going to teach Saturday school. I only want to teach 2nd grade. I can't teach my kids because my kids need to hear it from a different voice, and I think that's the best part of going to Saturday school or tutoring, is because you hear the lesson from a different, it's like hearing it from a different perspective. It's like, I know it's sort of like character analysis, or you hear it from a different, so I may teach it one way and another teacher may teach it another. So like for instance, I was stuck on rounding. So on Friday, because they just wasn't getting it. So on Friday, I went to my coworker, I watched her class, and then she came over here and she taught them rounding. Monday, they still wasn't getting it. Then I called the math coach, like I told you before, and she came and she taught it. And majority of them are still getting it. It's just some of those they need more practice. But that's why I strongly encourage my parents to put their kids into tutoring, because if they're not learning from the way that I teach, and even though I try to cater to every learning style, some kids just need to hear from a different voice, and that's what's going on. So I done signed in already, because I do forget that. I don't want no call and say, hey, sign in. So I signed in, and I automatically go to, do I have any emails? My emails are on my iPad. On my iPad. My emails are never on my phone because I don't want to get distracted. It is our AP's birthday, so my kids need to sign a card for her, and that's what we're going to create today. Math bell ringer I just thought about it. They have their math bell ringer on their desk, so I'm going to collect those right now. But they do have today's due now. This is the third day, we're on Wednesday, they have that. And then they also have their theme packet that we have been working on. So I have been doing it with them. They have annotated, and then on here we did a summary. So we did someone wanted so, but yes, no, but so. So that's what happened. So I taught them how to make a summary. They was like, oh my gosh, it took you less than 2 minutes. Exactly. I don't know what the paper is that I filled out, but we did the somebody wanted, but, and so, and then all we did was put all that together, and we had a whole paragraph, which was a summary. And they thought I was so cool. But hey, little wins, right? So they have their due now, and then they have their bell ringer. So my tutoring kids after school now helps me because I need to get this closing shift together. So while my kids was working independently on their butterfly cycle, let me tell you about, I didn't check in because I had, what did I have? I had collaborative planning. So collaborative planning, did I bring it with me? It's in my bag. But they talked about Bloom's taxonomy, right? And so then she was like, what level do you think that you are? And then everybody was like, oh, I'm on yellow. Oh, baby, I was at the top. I was on the creates. And I was like, no. I was like, my kids had to create the butterfly cycle. It had their names on it. So they had to create the butterfly cycle. They had to research talk about the different stages. And then they also had to write a story about a folk tale about what this butterfly did. So we were at the top. And then I'm very transparent. I was like, don't get it twisted. I'm not like this all the time. It's just that I am very passionate. I told you about this story. And I wanted to, and the purpose of inquiry-based learning is to build background knowledge, because they couldn't understand why it's a turtle or a spider going under the water. You get what I'm saying? So it's a real good story. I read Martina the Beautiful Cockroach. Well, no, I read A Nasi Learns the Lesson to them. I'm gonna take you with me while I pick up these bell ringers. They saw how long that story was. And I said, in 3rd grade, you're supposed to read this by yourself. I said, I do anthology. I do the Reader's Writer's Companion with you, but you're supposed to do the anthology by yourself. And it was a long story. So then I thought about it during collaborative planning. I was like, I think if we do it, because she has suitors, right? They talk about a chicken, a lizard, a mouse, and a pig. So if I chunk it, so this week we're talking about this suitor and we're doing a character analysis on this one, or how she reacts to him, the traits of that character. And I think they will get it more because the passage is so long. So that's what we're going to do next week. Tomorrow we test for reading, and then on Friday we test for math. I'm going to clean off my table. Oh, I got my pictures back. I'm finna show you these ugly pictures. I cannot stand my pictures. Okay, I'm here. I'm cleaning off my table because now I have 4 minutes before my kids come in. Even though I don't need it, I need to put this stuff away. So all I'm doing literally is taking all this stuff off my table. Oh, I think I could show you because it was in here. Hold on. Aha, I found it. This is what she gave us. She gave us this, And then she also gave us the verbs that go with the different tiers, which was very helpful because you're like, oh, what is analyzing? So if you go to analyzing, it says organize, compare, contrast, experiment, test, question, connect, deduce, and link. So it's in case you didn't know where you are. So if you have your kids, oh, I need you to summarize. Summarize is you're down here for understanding, and that means that your kids aren't really getting. So the smaller the tiers get, that means the larger the rigor is. So that's what she gave us. Remember, I teach to the test, and I know that's probably bad. Other people don't do it. I do teach everything, every skill, but I make sure. But if you look, it'll tell you each question. It'll tell you the standard that you're teaching. It also tell you what it is. So right, our test currently has 1, 2, 4 questions on synonyms, 3 questions on themes, 2 questions on character perspective, and then 3 questions on text structure, which is compare and contrast. So basically we're comparing the 2 characters in 2 stories to see how they're similar and different, and that's how I teach. But I do make sure that I focus on reading across genres because that is very hard for kids to get, and I make sure I focus on that. So remember, I teach to, it's probably a bad thing, but that's me, that's my personality. Naturally I'm a perfectionist, so I teach to mastery, and that's what I do. And so far, it works for me. And I'm just cleaning off my table. I wanted to show you my ugly pictures. As soon as I find it, hold on. Let me show you these pictures. I cannot stand this picture. Look at my picture. I cannot. I'm like, ew. I don't like my old picture, but it looks better than this one. But my kids look so cute. And you remember back in the days, I used to give, my mom used to give my teachers pictures of me. I've gotten, since I've been a teacher, I've gotten 1 picture of a kid. I don't know, I just did. But I'm going to show you because I've picked my kids up now. So let me show you. So I'll go in my Wednesday folder. And I take out my Wednesday drawer. So I'm going to take out everything that I need for Wednesday. So I have all my groups and rotations. I have a copy of those. On each of my packets, I have the name of the students, and this is my packet for my group. And if I put at the top, I put the tier and the level so I know. So I start with red, I do yellow, then I do green. So this group has 4 kids. I have 2 rotations of yellow. I don't put my groups no bigger than 5. So this group has 5, and then this group has 4. So that's 9 kids plus 4 kids. They have their independent work that everybody does. We have, for writing, we're doing past tense verbs, so we're adding ed to a bunch of words, and that's the part that we're going to work on. And that is everything. I need to get manipulatives because they are working with square tiles because I didn't tell you the standard that I'm reteaching. The standard that I am reteaching, if you are in Florida, is called Florida's Best. It is 3 because I'm in 3rd grade, GR 2.1, and that is basically putting together area. So I need to get square tiles. Those are manipulatives that I'm going to use at the table with me. I have to also create a center because they're going to play a game with their friends. And that is what we are doing today. If anything happens, I need to pick, on the 4th day, I need to pick 4 kids because I did fill up my gingerbread house after school. I need to pick 4 kids to pull out the drawers to see what prize they got. If you have questions about, if you want a more thorough video of how I create my intervention groups, the manipulatives that I use for this group, how I try to make them look forward to intervention day. They love intervention day. I think they can't wait for it because it's more fun, and I think they like the sound of the bell to do rotations. And that is what we're doing today on this fine, cold, 55-degree Wednesday. But I will check in with you later if anything happens. Have a great rest of your day. Good morning. Today is testing day. So my kids are going to test for the FAST today. We did our practice test yesterday, and it wasn't that good. But remember, progress. That's what I keep telling myself today. So you already know it's cold. I have my shirt on that says, "Be the light." And in Matthew 5, that was the message today. And I'm like, shut the front door. I am on the roll. So it's about being the light. I'm going to pray for them, and I hope they remember all that I have taught them, all the test-taking strategies that the reading coach and I have equipped them with. They remember everything, that they take their time. It is a state test. I cannot say anything. I cannot say slow down, speed up. I can't say nothing. My job is to monitor them and let them be the best version of themselves. I just told them that they have to keep in mind, when you took your first test, you was only in school in a month, you didn't know nothing. We have been in school 17 weeks, and I need to see that 17 weeks of progress. So we're going to see. I believe in them. I know they can do it. Then, so my blogs moving forward, because remember, I was at 100% proficiency last year. I started off this year at 0% still. So we're going to see if I am still at 0%. It is what it is. But my goal is to get them higher than they were when they came to me. And that's all I can say. I'm doing the best that I can to get them on grade level with what I have. But at the end of the day, I have to meet them where they are. So I'm going to pick my kids up. And I know it's too late because you have seen this video. But please pray for us. I'll tell you in advance for PM3, that's the one that really, really counts. In May, I'll tell you in advance to pray for me and my babies and lead them words of encouragement. But I know they can do it. They were all a level 1 except 2. I just need them to be a level 2. If you are a level 1, you are retained. If you are a level 2, you go on to 4th grade. So this is the second practice. I explained to them that if you play games, you don't automatically go into the championship. You have to practice and get. So I tell them we're practicing. So one student was like, I'm gonna study all night. I'm like, it's nothing to study. You just have to remember. Just remember what I taught you. So we'll see. All right, I'll check in with you guys later. Good morning, beautiful people. Today is Friday, and it's my last day of testing. But I know y'all wanna know, girl, what did they do? So remember, I was at 0% proficiency. I'm at 18%. Small wins. So basically how proficiency works, you have to be a 3, a 4, or a 5 for your class to be proficient. And we're only talking about reading. So I last test back in September, I had 0 kids that were a level 3. Yesterday, I had 3. And when I tell you, my principal and my reading coach was like, oh my God, you did a good job. And then last time I only had 2 2s. And then yesterday, I got 4 2s. So we are moving up. We have 7 kids. 3 are proficient so far. But then the thing is, they didn't just become a 3. They went from a 1 and jumped to a 3. Look at me! So this changes, of course, the way I give instruction. It changes the way my kids are seated. So I am so excited about that. Tomorrow, I teach Saturday school. I teach 2nd grade. So we gonna see if I know I want to do 3rd. If I want to do 1st or 2nd. I don't think I want to do kinder yet. I think I need to gradually go down. Or, because I taught 2nd grade before, but only 2nd grade math. But I am teaching everything on Saturday school. So I'll tell you what that looked like in case you teach 2nd grade, to see what we do to move our little 2nd graders. But I am so excited. So what's going to happen, I guess I'll go into detail on Monday how things are going to go, how I'm going to guide my instruction. And that way you'll see how me and the reading coach, because remember, Third grade is the retention grade, and we want to do everything we can to help them succeed. So I'm going to show you the strategies and the tactics that we're doing, how we're doing intervention, how we're doing remediation. We're going to have a successful day. I didn't have PE yesterday because the PE teacher was out, so I did take them outside to play. I'm going to insert the pictures that they drew of me. It is so cute. So I'm going to insert the pictures right now. And as you can see, they drew me in my blonde hair. I saw one of my students in Publix, so she drew me and her in Publix in my big old bag that I'm carrying around. They are so cute, and I just can't wait to teach. If they're this cute in third grade, imagine how cute they are in the lower grades. But I'll talk to you later to tell you about, hopefully, or is it canceled? But if it's not canceled, I still need to close out the vlog. But I am going to tell you how well my babies do in math. I just know it, that they're going to go. So right now, we remember 0% proficiency. And we're going to see what we could jump up to for math. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. It is the end of the day, and my kids have finished testing. We are at 0% proficiency for math, and I'm okay with that. They increased so much. Majority of my class were 1 and 2 points away from a 3. So we are starting centers. So that will be in next week's vlog. We have the curriculum for our math came in, and then the extra supplies. And the math coach, she came in and she was like, I know you love to do stuff for your class. So she went ahead and dropped these off, and I have one for, see, it says on the top, basically they're DI centers. So I have, they're leveled by above level, below level, and on level. So that's what they are. She showed me everything, how to use the centers. I'm going to start creating centers for my kids. This week I'm going to analyze my data so I can put my kids in the appropriate groups in order to move them. And then I have to, I don't know, that's how, I'm a data-driven person and I'm a numbers person. So when I look at the data, I know how to do my groups to make my kids successful and to close any gaps that I need to in order for them to be, like I said, successful. I am off on Wednesday because I have a gifted day. I don't know if y'all want to see that. If you want to see what I do, how I prepare gifted paperwork, because I am the gifted liaison for my school, let me know. But on Monday, I have to do parent-teacher conferences, forums. I'm going to show you how I do that paperwork. We're doing centers. We are still on nonfiction. That's what we're doing in reading. In math, we are starting a new unit where we are adding and subtracting 3-digit numbers. So I will see you guys for my next week's vlog. Bye, guys.